The Ukrainian president is meeting with lawmakers in Washington. Inflation came down a lot faster than expected, and rocks from an asteroid might hold clues about one of the biggest mysteries in the universe. I'm Jeff Pierre, and this is The 7 from The Washington Post. Today is Tuesday, December 12th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Number 1. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is visiting D.C. today. He'll meet with President Biden at the White House. He'll also make the case for more aid to be sent to Ukraine in meetings with congressional leaders. Zelensky's visit comes at a crucial moment. Talks in Congress on providing more support for Ukraine's war effort against Russia have stalled. The White House has said that if Congress doesn't approve more funding soon, then U.S. aid to Ukraine could run out by the end of this year. Ukraine is heading into winter low on weaponry and cash, and it's failed to make any breakthroughs in its counteroffensive against Russia. Number 2. The Supreme Court will consider fast-tracking Donald Trump's appeal in his D.C. trial. The former president claims he's immune from prosecution for alleged election obstruction in 2020. Yesterday, the court said it'll consider short-circuiting its usual appeals process. This could have a big impact on the timing of the trial. A lengthy appeal could slow the Justice Department's push for a March trial for Trump. But if it's wrapped up quickly, the trial will be more likely to happen before the 2024 election. Trump is the frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination, so the timing of that trial could have huge implications. Number 3. The Air Force disciplined 15 people in an investigation into the Discord leaks. The probe found that a lack of supervision helped enable 21-year-old Airman Jack Teixeira to share hundreds of classified documents online. It was one of the biggest leaks of U.S. military secrets ever. The Air Force shared its findings yesterday after being told that the Post was publishing an investigation into the leaks. You can find parts 1 and 2 of the investigation in our newsletter. Just follow the link in our show notes. And if you want to dig even deeper, you should watch The Discord Leaks tonight. It's a documentary the Post produced with Frontline. It'll premiere on our homepage at 7 p.m. Eastern and on PBS at 10 p.m. At number 4, the Texas Supreme Court just ruled against a woman at the center of an abortion battle. The woman is Kate Cox. She's a 31-year-old mother of 2 who lives in the Dallas area. She had petitioned a judge to get an abortion in Texas after learning that her fetus had a fatal genetic condition which could jeopardize her future fertility. Texas has a near-total abortion ban. A lower court had ruled in her favor last week. Travis County District Judge Maya Guerra Gamble, an elected Democrat, spoke about her ruling on Thursday.
The idea that Ms. Cox wants desperately to be a parent, and this law might actually cause her to lose that ability is shocking and would be a genuine miscarriage of justice.
But yesterday, the Texas Supreme Court reversed that judge's decision. Cox had already left the state for abortion care. This is a significant ruling for the post-Roe era. It's the first case of a pregnant woman asking a court for permission for an abortion since Roe v. Wade was decided in 1973. So Cox's lawsuit had been widely viewed as a test case for other abortion litigation across the country. Number 5. Inflation came down much faster than anyone expected this year. The latest figures on inflation will be released by the government this morning. They're expected to show that prices rose around 3% last month over the year before. These will be the last inflation numbers released in 2023. And overall, the picture has been surprisingly encouraging. Costs for goods and services like eggs, bread, rent, and other basics are still higher than they were a few years ago, but prices have stopped rising at such a rapid pace. It means the Federal Reserve probably won't raise interest rates this week, and that the economy is most likely not headed for a recession. At number 6, Barbie and Oppenheimer led the Golden Globe nominations for film. The summer's favorite double feature got 9 and 8 nods respectively. Killers of the Flower Moon and Poor Things followed close behind, and Succession dominated the TV categories. You can find the full list of nominations on our website. Award season kicks off with the Golden Globes in January, and it'll be one to remember after historic actors and writer strikes brought Hollywood to a standstill for months this year. And at number 7, pieces of an asteroid could offer clues in the mystery of how life on Earth began. In 2021, NASA sent a robotic spacecraft on a mission to fetch some crumbly material from an ancient asteroid. Remember, we've talked about this asteroid before. It has a 1 in 2,700 chance of slamming into Earth in September 2182. But anyway, earlier this year, samples from that asteroid were safely returned to Earth for scientists to take a look. Yesterday, the scientists shared some early findings, and they sound pretty exciting. They're especially interested in one triangular, light-colored carbon-rich stone. It's too soon to say, but scientists think stones like this could have delivered the molecules that may have contributed to the origin of life. If they're right, it could help answer what's arguably the greatest unknown in science, how these kinds of molecules transform themselves into something alive. The scientists expect to release more detailed findings next year, so watch this space, no pun intended. Okay, so it's obviously Spotify rap season, and a huge shout out to all of you who had the 7 podcast high on your Spotify list. So now you know what your listening profile is, but what about your reading profile? It's like a fingerprint. Your newsprint from the Washington Post is unique. Take me, for example. I read stories about 44 different countries this year. My number one topic was sports, and my go-to reporter was Leo Sands. Shout outs to you too, Leo. All of that makes me the poster child. I'm open-minded, curious, and thoughtful. But what about you? You can learn about your reader type by going to washingtonpost.com/newsprint7. That's the number 7. And make sure to share your newsprint with your friends. I'm Jeff Pierre, the poster child, and I will meet you back here tomorrow.